Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashutosh Gupta. Thanks for joining in. Today, we are going to talk about cloud security monitoring and analytics solution from Sumo Logic. Uh, we will do some regular stuff and a presentation followed by a demonstration. Please feel free to post your questions in the question Q&A box and reach out to us. We'll take it at the end of the session. Okay, so as we if some of you must be knowing, Sumo Logic is a SaaS-based next generation continuous intelligence platform. What you see in this slide is uh, the leftmost part, which is the raw data. We can take logs, event metrics, and traces from any of the sources for basically the use cases which you are seeing on the bottom of the slide. And once one is collected at the Sumo Logic, it will be do some enrichment, adding some metadata tags to it, and then it's ready for any kind of analytics for different type of persona, what you see on the right. So for IT operations perspective, for a security operations perspective, developer perspective, as well as support and business professional perspective, you'll see this goes all together because Sumo Logic is a platform, and using the machine learning and artificial intelligence, the rich set of analytics and insight will be taken from there. What we say that in four broader category, which we can cater at this moment, is operational intelligence, security intelligence, business intelligence, and global intelligence, which is more focused on overall scenario, how things are going. Today, what we are going to talk about is security intelligence, different, of course, and security analytics, to be more precise discussion. Now, if I talk about how the cloud security monitoring will be done in the Sumo Logic, as you have seen in the previous slide, uh, this is how you collect the data. You collect it from on-premise system. You collect it from your different sources in your public cloud. The SaaS based IT, any kind of applications which you have, the point is you can collect data from anywhere and then send it to Sumo Logic. Once it is collected, we have the monitoring analytics capability coming out of it, where you have a specific use case or something out of the box which you can get insight about. What you get in turn, you get this correlation done with the external databases, with the external tables, and get the meaningful insight about it. Now, specifically on the security intelligence solution, we have what we are talking today is the analytics part, which is the middle of the slide. Of course, it start all together from the log, where you take the raw logs, enrich it, whether it's in a raw format or a JSON format, and then enrich it with the data, and then get a meaningful event out of it. We also have a cloud security a SIM solution, which is more of enterprise-based grade platform, enterprise grade solution, which we have a different webinars. If you want, some of you have will be joining tomorrow. You'll have a session for that as well. Now, what happens traditionally? You'll get in a very olden days, you don't have in the on-premises world, you don't have a support for cloud natives. Sumo Logic is born out of cloud, built-in cloud, and support anything and everything from your traditional infrastructure as well as from your cloud infrastructure as well. What happens when you have a traditional SIM solution, you can't scale at a certain level because there is of course the scalability issue. You cannot go beyond certain number of infrastructure resources, and you keep on upgrading and adding things. Here it's not the case, because you keep on, you have the we are on the cloud platform, and you can go as much as you want and reduce to any size what you come down to. uh, Generally, the cycle to deploy it and get the value is very high in the other solution, which is not the case here, because as soon as you keep on getting out of the box content and the compliance, which we will talk about in few minutes, we also cater all this your security infrastructure requirement, especially strictly on a PCI and GDPR, HIPAA, and ISO kind of a certification on compliance issues. Other than that, of course, we have something called a pay-as-you-go model, where you don't have to block your everyday ingest, or saying that, okay, if you don't use it, you'll get wasted. We'll talk about that as well. This is the kind of a security overview page. I'll show you it in demo as well. If you see this, this will be a dashboard with a lot of panels, where you specifically get out of the box content for we have around 200 plus integration with a different security solution itself, AWS, GCP, Palo Alto, or any kind of antivirus solution you talk about. We also cater very much into the next generation technology, or which is more towards if you are going towards a Kubernetes architecture, or you are already in your containerization journey, it can cater those requirements as well. As I was talking about, we have a tight integration with the external providers like CrowdStrike, and where you will get immediate threat intelligence and correlated views out of the box. Experienced, and the advantage, of course, as I say, it's lower TCO. You have a full coverage starting from your any traditional environment to your public cloud or private cloud, with whatever you're using, you can get insight for that. We are complied and having few of the very specific certifications in the industry, which many of the providers are not having. Rapid compliance readiness, you have out of the box content which you can be used immediately to get the value out of the platform immediately. This is more about a tiered architecture I was talking about. We have a different ways to manage your data. This is primarily to lower your TCO. You can send the data to the continuous, frequent, or infrequent tier based on your requirement. It is not like you send everything to the continuous and then pay for the higher cost. There are few things which is only required for the compliance perspective. So you can use it for the and a long-term retention perspective. You can use it for your infrequent tier. You have only 50-60 searches every day. You can use it for frequent kind of tiering. So basically what this means is you have a flexibility of choosing what data should go where and for what purpose, basically. Even once your data has been you choose the retention period for certain days. After that, it can be archived to the AWS bucket of your choice, and then it can be pulled back once you require and to any of the tiers. We have a deep security insights, of course, the anomaly detection, deep search capabilities, threat intelligence, which we have talked about, and of course, the values out of it. We'll talk about some of the very quick wins and the quick capabilities, like a log reduce and a log compare kind of operators, where you quickly can see the scenario, where you can go and see what is being done, what is going on, and quickly, and a security analyst kind of a person who is having the issue in their environment and can quickly go and find it out the root causes of the issue. As we already talked about, this is and this number is again growing. We have more than 200 out of the box apps and integrations going on. So you see today there are maybe some apps, and then suddenly after a few days you'll get an more number of apps coming into the SumoLogic platform. Now these apps are again built by SumoLogic, managed by SumoLogic, and completely free. So there's nothing like, on the usage of these apps you need to be you will be charged. It will be as per your requirement. You can use it and give it to different teams of your choice. As I talked about rapid compliance readiness, we are already certified with most of the industry lead certifications. One of them is FedRAMP, which is the latest one, which very few in the industry have. The data which moves across once you ingest the data into SumoLogic platform, that is also secure at rest as well as in transit. Now, talking about AWS security, we are again born out of AWS. Specifically on AWS, we have a lot of security monitoring, and other than security, also logging kind of applications which can be readily utilized and get the value out of it. These are some of the snapshot, of course, and these are the one which are used by many of our customers, and to get the value immediately. This I was talking about the security certification which we have. The FedRAMP is the latest one, which is, as I said, very few of the players in the industry has as of now. You see this at rest, we have a 256-bit encryption and TLS SSL kind of certification security when you send the data to SumoLogic. These are very few numbers. We have around 2,000, as a last update, more than around 2,300 customers across globe into different verticals and industry. With that, I'll go to the demo part. So, sorry for the gap. If you see, this is kind of, I'll start with here. I'll start with the platform itself. If you go to the platform, this is how it looks, the first landing page. Let me close this. Okay, and here are the apps, which is out of the box I was talking about. There are around 200 plus applications, which are again, as I said, built by SumoLogic, managed by SumoLogic, and completely free to use. What these apps are, these are a collection of out of the box dashboards, alerts, queries, which can be utilized for immediate values. Specifically on compliance and security, you have, again, this number is always growing. There are many of the applications which can be utilized just for compliance and security, and specifically on security side as well. You can see that most of them are AWS focused as well. Having said that, we also cater most of the other requirements, any other public cloud as well, whether GCP or Azure. Of course, AWS specifically, we have a lot many out of the box content and app, and this number again keeps on growing to be taken care of and to be utilized. And specifically on compliance and security, you see this apart from AWS, we have compliance and security for Windows, PCI DSS kind of a dashboard for your compliance needs for Windows, Linux, and other environment, on-premises environment as well. We have talked about collection. The collection can be happen from different places. It can happen from your on-premises infrastructure as well as from your public or private cloud. Now, the way the collection happens, it can be either a hosted method, or it can happen by the install collector. Now, what install collector is? Install collector is nothing but a small agent which will be running on your servers, EC2 instances, or any other infrastructure, server-based device components. Now, this continuously sends the data to Sumo Logic. It can be again distributed as well as centralized collection mechanism based on your infosec requirements, or you can use the method of hosted collector. Now, hosted collector, what it does, you don't need to install any agent, and it will connect over cloud and send the data to Sumo Logic platform based on what the log sources are. So it can be either your AWS environment, your S3 buckets, your Cloud Trail data, or say your Azure or GCP logs, G Suite logs, etc. Now with that, let me go to a scenario. This is the kind of integration which we have again for different notifications and alerting mechanism. Now what you're seeing here is the Slack integration. With Slack, what we do is we have integration using webhook method. And similarly, you can have an email, your ServiceNow accounts, or any kind of ticketing system which you're using. It can be integrated for alerting and notifications for any real-time activities and updates. Now, what you this is from a demo perspective. You see, this is kind of a notification, a scenario where a security engineer at say 3 a.m. in the night see and kind of a alert saying that there's a Trojan detection, and towards our correlation capabilities, you can see this description is talking about, this is coming from 4 different correlation which is happening internally. One, it is a malicious IP, definitely, and there are multiple authentication attempts which are being done. Again, this is configurable in the system, how you create that, how many attempts you will get the alert for. Then this is a Trojan detection, and from we have a CrowdStrike integration as well, which says that this is a malicious and its confidence, malicious confidence is high. So there's something wrong happening, and because of which the potential risk is there for your system. What a person who gets an alert can quickly do and take an action. Say he or she can quarantine this particular host, or he can simply go to click on this, open the dashboard panel, and go to the Sumo Logic dashboard to see what it is all about, what is happening in the environment, right? Now, with that, the quick things which I have talked about, this is an investigation response dashboard, which have a lot of panels here. You can see this gives you the person who is seeing the alert, lot of visibility in a few seconds itself. So he or she can see there's a network CPU activities, and because of which the performance has been degraded, or it has just spiked up. There are a lot of network events which is happening. Again, we talked about the integration with the external lookup tables. Here, this integration will tell you where your LBs are, where your load balancers are across the region. Similarly, I'll show you in few of the other panels. You can also find it out where your users are logging in from. So if somebody is knowing that they don't have admin login anywhere outside Asia or India, they can quickly see there is a threat. There is a people who are say in other country where the login is happening, and why it is happening. So that kind of scenario, somebody can quickly go and see also. Now, from the anomaly detection perspective, if you can see, this graph is talking about there's authentication attempts happening. What you see in this graph is there's a kind of a pink area which shows that this is a normal or a standard deviation. So this is something taking unsupervised machine learning, where it learn from your environment. It learns from what is happening in environment every day, and find it out what is the standard behavior. If anything goes wrong, it will just spike, and what you see in the pink triangles are the outlier. So if the authentication attempt, which is happening 38 times in last 15 minutes, it quickly show you that outlier, and person can see that there's something wrong happening. Otherwise, say people are trying 5, 10 times or 7 times, it's a normal activity during the day. That's not a problem. Now, also there are indicator of compromise, which you see this based on the confidence level. What you're seeing here is the integration again with the CrowdStrike data, and how much percentage of those bifurcation in the pie chart you can quickly find it out. Then you see the threat background by resources, what resources are using what, and where the threats are, those kind of. Now, if I go a little down, I see there is a IP anomalies for the different AZ's range, right? Sorry. And I can quickly find it out. There's a spike. There's a spike happening, and there's a particular IP which is creating that. There's a particular IP because of which the authentication attempts are happening, and there's some anomalies are already there. Now, if I go a little down, leaving other panels, I can also see that the person can also see that there's no and this guy knows that there is no data which is going out of your databases, and during last 15 minutes there's a lot of activities which is happening of a data exfiltration. So data exfiltration is happening on your SQL DB, MySQL, or Oracle servers, and there's something wrong definitely happening in the environment. What a person can do is you can go and check the differences between say last 7 days compared to now. So if in last 15 days definitely something has been changed compared to say last previous week. So there's something definitely wrong happening because of this exfiltration attempts which is happening now versus last week. If I go further down, this is what I was talking about. This map, again, with the help of our external table correlation, this will show where these IPs are, where the users are logging, right? So there is a potential IOCs which are happening, and from which places it's happening, it will show you in the map. And this is sort of, you can go and click on it and can go to the even to the street view kind of level, right? And it will show you which IPs are there and from where it is happening. Table on the right, if you see, it's again coming from external correlation with the CrowdStrike. It will show you that the same IP which we have seen earlier is a part of a malicious actor group, which is called Fancy Bear, a Russian malicious actor group, and which is happening, which is the reason the problem is going on. So that's pretty much when the person can immediately see and find it out that there is some malicious activity, there's some potential risk which is going to happen, and immediately system will notify him or her, and he can go and check what is going on. Now, to go further down, right, to understand what this IPR, what is happening, what has been changed. Of course, from a platform perspective, we can go to the log level. So what the person will do is he click on here, and this will take him to the log source, right? This how this dashboard has been populated with this particular IP, the failure attempts which is happening over a period of time. What he or she can do is, rather than looking now this is the kind of messages from which the dashboard has been prepared. What he or she can do is he can simply go and copy this IP. Basically, if you go here and if he or she can copy this IP and see what is happening in the environment due to this IP itself. So it just remove all this long query, the par statements, and say just search for this IP and see what is happening in the last 15 minutes. So he or she can see there are certain number of authentication failure attempts which is happening, and what are the errors which is coming, and all those sort of logs which are coming from here. Now, what is happening is there are so many logs, and if you want to go deep inside and see what is happening into environment, one can go and say that show me the logs from last 10 minutes and plus minus 10 minutes, right? So what it does, it will give you the option of getting everything from the system, from this log source, right? And giving you the details of what is happening basically. Now, when once a person in a real production environment, you can see that immediately it become 14,000, around 14,000 logs, which is for a normal person, if you have to read it out, go ahead, it will definitely can do it, but it takes a lot of time. Uh, that is not the intent. So it's not easy basically. What a person can do is he or simply can either read it, those logs, or and there are around 500 pages, right? It's not easy. What Sumo Logic does is we have something called a log reduce and log compare operators. The log reduce specifically, what it does, it's once you click on it, it go and compare all these logs in last 15 minutes. And what it does is it's compare that what is happening into environment. It creates signatures, and this is again based on unsupervised machine learning, where the data, each and every logs it compare what type of log it is, and show you that something like this, right? Now this all 500 plus pages become one page based on the size of and a kind of logs which you have. Now what it does is it's internally go compare each and every log, and gives you the results, say that okay, 15,000 plus logs are like this. Now I'm not as an analyst, or as when I'm doing the analysis, I'm not interested to know what is more number of logs are, because these are the regular ones. I want to see that what's happening very unique, what is happening because of which this particular things are being wrongly happening. So I just go and do it in this click on this drop down arrow button, and this will arrange the things in the ascending order. Now I can see there are the very few number of logs which are of this kind of, and then you can quickly find it out that with this IP itself, there's a Trojan detection, and the network Trojan detection was detected. Now, if you go further down, of course, you can see what is happening, what kind of activities which is happened during last 15 minutes on this particular with this particular IP, and what they're doing. To be more sure, there is something called a log compare. Now, log compare, what it does, it's another operator which is of very much of use. It can go compare the logs from your say previous day versus now, or say last 45 minutes versus now, right? So what it does is in reality, it goes check that if something has been changed between say last 15 minutes, the same source category, what is happening in say now versus say 45 minutes. I'm just running for a shorter period, but you can run it for say 7 days or 15 days itself, or say 1 day, last 24 or what has happened. So again, it's unsupervised machine learning, which is running in background and gives you the comparison. So what has changed, say in this particular time range, and what has been changed, say in the percentage wise, right? So if you see, there are 15,000 same number of log, which has changed 0.38%, not too much. So I'll go reverse counting, and I'll say what is happening and what has been changed. Say what has come new also, or what has gone. If you go here, there are few logs which will show you there's something was there, but it is not there now. So to just make a double sure, again I'll see the same log which is happening, and which is happening which was not there earlier, but now it is happening. And I can see there is something called a public access key, which has been provided, because of which this issue has been turned up. So that's about the log reduce and the log compare functionality, which definitely is a very good tool to go ahead and see the quick value out of the system. Because generally in the scenario of a threat which is happening, people are very much not able to find things quickly. And there are a lot of, I'll say, silo approach, where you go to certain tools, go to your ADR systems, go to your antiviruses, and find it out the root causes. Here, what is you're doing is a centralized space where you're getting the logs from everywhere, compare, correlate, and get the information quickly and find it out what's wrong, and of course, take the action on that. Okay, so that's pretty much about log, analysis part of it. Once you go to investigation responses and find it out what's happening. Now, if I go to security operations, specifically a security overview kind of a dashboard, which is again out of the box content, you can definitely see quick value for say AWS, right? One of the example, if I'll give you all security related stuff into an environment. This is one of the example. Of course, we have a different integration. Again, SSO versus non-SSO logins, threat intelligence, again, coming from your CrowdStrike integration. What is a malicious confidence? Very important, this long distance logging, suspicious logging happening. Suppose one logging is happening from US, and suddenly after say few hours, the login is happening from say a part in Asia. We know that physically it is not possible, so this is called a suspicious long distance attempts which is happening, and because of which there can be a potential risk. Now again, data exfiltration, we talked about the anomaly detection through the outlier functionality, which is a dynamic threshold, and it is learning by itself and giving you the data that, okay, over a period, say your weekends or end of the month, the logins should be very high, and then your attempts should be of course high, and why the things is happening, and that is where the dynamic thresholding happen, and then give you the data. Later on, if you can go to the a different part of it, how your firewall traffic is going on, how your AWS guard duty is performing, what are the different login attempts, what has changed into the AWS environment or any other public provider which you're using, what is happening, Office 365 data, what is happening on, so on and so forth. So multiple use cases, as I talked about initially, and then there are multiple scenarios which can be taken care based on your requirement. I'll pause here and ask if you have any questions. Okay, I can see there's a question. Does this work as a SIM or a sub tool? Okay, see, this is what we call is a cloud continuous intelligence platform. Sorry, and this is the basis of your SIM. So this tool basically work as a SIM. Of course, once you talk about more deeper insights, where when you have a lot of signals, which we have a demo webinar tomorrow, where we have a cloud SIEM enterprise solution, and which will have a more deeper insights, which will be coming out of the platform of, and of course the kind of a rule which you can create, and that is much advanced addition of what you're seeing here right now. But this is of course the base where most of your security analytics and SOC kind of requirement, a SIM kind of requirement can be catered. Any other question? Okay, I can see there's a what use cases again from a security analytics. If I'll talk about understanding your environment, getting insight in terms of your security, threat intelligence, understanding a quick not remediation, but quick understanding, quick anomaly detection, and of course, alerting can be a use cases for your CIP platform. When you go deeper, when you have a more, I'll say, very mature kind of a SOC already developed, where the clouds SIEM enterprise comes into picture. But yes, to start with, from a security standpoint, and the use cases can be simple. Your understanding your login logs, specifically on a security log, the threat intelligence out of the box, quickly finding out through the apps, the dashboards, specifically on the compliance and security stuff, what kind of security use cases you have. You can easily find it out, what's happening into your environment, and then start getting into your maturity journey of your SOC or a SIM solution. Answer the question. Okay, I can see again a question: is the developer or customer support operation oriented? Yes, very much. Good question. Yes, we have a premium support for this for all our platform, and we also engage with the customer support whenever we onboard our customers. So there's a team who will be working with you to get you onboarded and get the things up and running, and of course helping you out to demystify where you should go, which part of the solution, and where how to ingest your log collection to your analytics. Everything will be taken care of. Okay, I can see there is a question. There are offerings similar to this. What are the unique offering or advantage to this tool? Can you please elaborate the question? Okay, if I have to answer you, whatever I understood, first of all, this is not a point solution. We offer you a platform. This is security analytics use cases, what you are seeing it right now. We have, of course, more webinars coming in. This platform can be utilized for different purposes. This can be a simple log analytics. Also, it can be utilized. It can be used for your observability kind of use cases, where you go and see the tracing kind of a capability. You can also, as I said, the uniqueness is you don't have to invest in any of this application. You don't have to pay for these different applications which are coming out of the box. The integration, right? The kind of a external table integration or a CrowdStrike integration, which you are talking about, you don't have to pay for that. It is coming out of the box. Any usage, any kind of a threat intelligence which you are going to get it, that is also part of the way we charges is the volume of the data which has been ingested. That's it, and nothing apart from that, because anything inside, once you ingest your data based on an ingest capacity, everything inside is or I'll say not charged in the way the other platform based on the feature and functionality which you are being charged. Second part of it, when we talk about the uniqueness, I talked to you about the different kind of ingestion, the different kind of a data segmentation, where you don't have to worry that for certain non-useful data also you will be charged the same amount. So your compliance data, which you just use for, say, for your auditor reporting purpose, say once in a 3 months or a 6 month, will not be charging the same amount of credits. We work on a credit model, so very similar to the way pay as you go kind of activity. So suppose you have a ingest capacity of 5 GB in daily, but you know that in certain days or say if you're an e-commerce company or a banking or financial kind of organization, where certain period of time, say end of the month or end of the quarter, you have a lot many logs flowing in. So you don't have to worry that today you are just ingesting 5 GB and tomorrow it will be 50 GB. It will be taken care of. So you'll not be, first of all, there's a zero wastage model. So if you'll not utilize, say, even 5 GB, it will be roll over to your next. So whatever you use, basically you'll be charged for that. So that is one of the uniqueness, and apart from all other which we are talking about. Any other question? Okay, so if I don't see any more question, I'll do the logs and events traverse to Sumo Logic platform. Okay, I can see there's a question which says that do the events and traverse the Sumo Logic. If the question is about how it has been traversed, yes, it is over the internet. The once it is whether you're have an installed collector into an environment, or you connect using the HTTPS using the HTTPS or API method, it will be taken through the internet, and it is secure. So it's we follow TLS SSL and AES 128-bit encryption, both at rest as well as in transit. Hope that answer your questions. Again, I can see the question is the developer or customer support or operation oriented. See, the tool is not having a specific, if you remember my slide, this is not oriented towards any of the, because it's a platform. It is the way a person want to use it. There's a we also have a webinar coming in for a software development organization, where a DevOps or a person who is working on a site reliability kind of environment, they can utilize it for their purpose. They ingest the logs, metrics, traces, they get the value out of it. You have a Kubernetes environment, a lot of deployments happening. You can go to each and every container and a pod level, understand what is happening wrong. You have a security use cases, you have a security analyst, or you are a security engineer. You can go to that deep level to understand what is the threat intelligence, what is happening into environment. Again, coming back to the simple logging and analysis perspective, it can be also utilized. So I think the choice of, as I said, the security analytics, business analytics, as well as your operational analytics are the major use cases which it can cater. So many use cases with many personas which can be taken care of with the platform. Okay, any more questions? Okay, so I think we can close the session now. If there is no more questions, we'll share the recording after this. I'll get it into your inboxes. Thanks for joining now. Have a nice rest of the week, rest of the day. Thank you very much.